Well, how's everyone today? Welcome to my show, my bar here. Today we're going to cover one of the greatest drinks of all times, the Manhattan. First you got to get rid of the ice. Next, and a nice long pour, and we're in. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Be happy, be safe, and please drink responsibly. Cheers. Aloha! And happy birthday. Yeah, I gotta do that again then. Whoa, look at that one. Yeah. Aloha! And happy 104th birthday, Harry. We should all be so lucky, eh? As you can see, I've decorated the bar with 104 cocktail umbrellas. Why? Because it was Harry Yee, while working at the Hilton Hawaiian Village Hotel in Waikiki, that first used a little foldable umbrella in his specialty drinks. Ah yes, the humble umbrella. Best mode of transportation on a windy day. Yeah, it is. It's a marvelous, essential household item that can be used rain or shine. Or best, a fine addition to many a cocktail. Thanks, Harry. Happy birthday, man. Umbrellas have been around for a very long time. Its name comes from the Latin word umbra, which means shade or shadow. They actually evolved from parasols, and their name is a combination of para, meaning to shield from, and sol, meaning sun. Parasol. They were invented over 4,000 years ago. Early civilizations in Egypt, Assyria, Greece, and China used parasols to provide shade from the hot, burning sun. You see, the sun in those regions in distant times was more problematic than the rain. The mighty parasol, yeah. These early versions of parasols were made of palm leaves, papyrus, and peacock feathers, and were extremely heavy, often requiring several people to carry them. Back then, the parasol was used as a way to both create shade for nobility and to honor their gods and goddesses. It wasn't until the 11th century that the Chinese waterproofed their paper parasols by waxing and lacquering them. But their use was still restricted to the upper class. As a sign of power, influential people carried multi-tiered silk parasols. That's whacked, eh? By the 16th century, the umbrella, as we know it, became a reality. When oil and wax covers replaced the covers on parasols designed to protect against bad weather and rain rather than the heat and sun. From this point on, the parasol and the umbrella kind of went their separate ways. Bye-bye now. In the 17th century, the umbrella became popular in European countries, especially in Italy, France, and Britain. At first, only women typically carried an umbrella as a symbol of female identity, and of course to protect them from the rain. The men at the time considered it too feminine. But by the mid-18th century, they came around, and Englishmen started adopting it as a fashion accessory, where it eventually became socially acceptable to carry an umbrella. Fact or fiction? You often see umbrellas delivering a deadly bullet in spy movies. As a weapon of attack, nobody suspects the unassuming umbrella. There have been many murders committed by way of the umbrella. In 1978, writer Georgy Markov was killed in London by a dose of poison injected by a modified umbrella. In 2005 in South Africa, there was an associate professor of mathematics, Brian Hahn, at the University of Cape Town, who was beaten to death with an umbrella by an ex-doctoral student. In 2019, a priest in Berlin, Alain Florent Gandelo, was killed when an umbrella was rammed through his mouth, piercing his brain. As umbrellas became more and more popular, so did the craftsmanship, where the focus was on the handles to make works of art through sculpting from exotic materials like black ebony and whale bones. As time moved on, the materials used to make umbrellas evolved. They were so heavy that steel, aluminum, and fiberglass replaced the wood and bone. The oilcloth canvas was also replaced by more resistant types of nylon. Today, the variety of umbrellas is endless. You've got everything from bubble umbrellas, which are spherical in shape, to high wind umbrellas designed especially for heavy rains and stormy winds. Walking stick umbrellas, telescopic or foldable umbrellas, transparent and illuminated umbrellas. Even artistic umbrellas made from rare materials or designed with intricate patterns. I mean, check this umbrella out here. This is very cool. This one, when it gets wet, it changes color. Oh my God, look at that. Pink and blue, that's beautiful. Yeah, okay, whoa. I think it'd be perfect for the Seinfeld twirl, yeah. Really, did Jerry really invent this? Come on. I'm not doing it right, am I? But you know, my favorite umbrella is the cocktail umbrella. Yeah, look at that baby. As I mentioned, it was Harry Yee at the Hilton Hawaiian Village Hotel in Waikiki that first used a little foldable umbrella in his specialty drinks. He used to garnish his cocktails with a stick of sugar cane. But after the guests chewed on the sugar cane, they'd set it in the ashtrays, which were filled with cigarette butts. What a mess. Harry would have to scrub them clean. So he came up with something new, a cocktail umbrella. Yeah, that was way back in 1959. Since then, we've been using pretty much the same old paper cocktail umbrellas for all our tropical and tiki style drinks. That is until now. This was something gifted to me by Anna and Greg from the Kon-Tigo Tiki Bar. They're a company out of the US that brought these authentic vintage hanging lantern picks back. You see, these hanging lanterns were popular back in the 1950s and 60s, and then sometime in the 70s, well, they kind of disappeared. The Kon-Tigo Tiki Bar brought them back, and I gotta tell you, these things are fab. They come in 6 colors, are made of bamboo and paper, and have a string connected to the pick so you can adjust it to your desired length. They've even got some with lights in them. Very cool. I'll leave a link below as to where you can buy these wonderful Chinese lantern picks. So, I think it's time now that we make an umbrella cocktail. Harry Yee's Tapa Punch, the first drink to adorn an umbrella. Yeah. The first thing we've got to do is make some sweet and sour mix, okay? So I need some lemon, all right? I'm just going to quickly do this. And we want 3/4 of an ounce of fresh pressed lemon juice. It's looking like 3/4 of an ounce. Then we want some fresh pressed lime juice. Nice juicy lime, I like it. That's a rarity around these parts. It is. Normally it would take, 2 or 3 limes, a couple limes anyway, but look at that, I got it in one. Beautiful. Okay, let's make some sweet and sour mix. I've got 3/4 of an ounce or 22.5 mil of fresh pressed lemon. I've got 3/4 of an ounce of the same with lime juice. 22.5 mil, 3/4 of an ounce. We are going to go with 1.5 ounces of simple syrup. Yeah, 45 mil, right? There's our sweet and sour mix, ready to go. Okay, let's move on. we need a glass. Well, you know, typically it comes in like a Tiki mug, right? Well, I've got this Tiki style glass, which I love. It's 14 ounces. All right, let's just fill this glass full of crushed ice. Right, that should do just fine. We're gonna add our sweet and sour mix right to the glass. I'm gonna strain, fine strain, get, you know, seeds and pulp out of there. You know, you don't really want that in your drink, do you? Okay, next is the rum. We want some Jamaican rum. Now, I've got 2 Jamaican rums on my bar. I've got a 12-year-old Appleton, and of course, I've got Myers. And I'm thinking, why not? Let's use a combination of both. What we want is 3 ounces. So 1.5 ounces of Appleton, 12-year-old, 1.5 ounces of Myers. Ah, we're running out of room. We want 1 ounce of Bacardi, Puerto Rican rum. I'm using Bacardi. 1 ounce. And peach schnapps. Oh. You know how I love peach schnapps. Actually, it's supposed to be peach brandy. There's a slight difference, but I won't get into that right now. Peach schnapps, it's peachy. So we want 1/2 ounce, okay? Cha-cha. Yeah, I can't get peach brandy where I live, but you know, the peach flavored liqueur, peach schnapps will suffice in this drink for sure. We want to top this up with another 1/4 ounce of fresh lime, fresh pressed lime. Beauty. That's it. Whoa! We're going to give it a gentle stir, incorporate everything. I mean, this is high test, okay? It's not for the faint of heart by any means. You might want 2 straws for you and your sweetie. And all we're going to do is garnish, okay? I've actually pre-cut my pineapple because I don't want to freak anybody out anymore, right? And we're going to cut this puppy. Ah! We're just going to pop that on the side. We're going to use a little red maraschino cherry just for color, for sure. Yeah. And it's supposed to be garnished with a Vanda orchid. Well, I don't have a Vanda orchid where I live, and they're really hard to get. I mean, I went to the flower shop and they didn't even know what a Vanda orchid was. We had to look it up, right? Instead, I thought I would use, right out of my garden, some nasturtium flowers. They're pretty. I mean, look at the contrasting color. And they're edible, which is really kind of cool. They're kind of like a sweet, peppery flavor. You put them in your salads. In this case, we're putting them in our drink. And finally, the crowning touch, our wonderful Chinese lantern pick. Oh, baby, look at that. Look at that puppy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Harry, you're amazing. This is awesome. And thank you, Beachbum Barry, for uncovering this wonderful drink. I guess we need a straw, so I'm going to use what Harry used to use before, before the cocktail umbrella, the sugarcane sticks. And this is actually a straw, so whoa, look at that baby. Look at that puppy. Beautiful. Lantern, umbrella, you choose. Let's give it a go. Wow. Rum City. It doesn't taste that strong. You can definitely taste rum going on all the way. And you get a little bit of the peach in the background as an aftertaste, which is nice because I'm not a peach schnapps fan. But you gotta be careful with this one because, well, it would make a lovely afternoon sipper if you have nothing to do for the rest of the day. I think what I like about this drink, it's not overly sweet. It's actually quite balanced. The Tapa Punch, the first cocktail to use an umbrella, or a Chinese lantern pick, you know, which I think is awesome in this drink. But I mean, you could use either, of course you could, but these are awesome. Another fine cocktail by Harry Yee. I really like drinking it out of the sugarcane straw. Happy birthday, Harry. 104. Holy cow. Wow. Holy Tapa Punch. This is a nice drink. Next year, 105. Wow. I can't wait because I've got more of your cocktails to explore. I hope you enjoyed this year's Harry Yee cocktail, the Tapa Punch. I mean, this is really a delight. I mean, it's all about the garnish, as far as I can tell. And look, ooh, a nasturtium flower. They're really, really good. You put them in your salad, and put them in your drinks, they're awesome. So in the meantime, wow, that is peppery. Hit the subscribe button, check some other Harry Yee videos out, and make a Tapa Punch. As long as you don't have anything to do for the rest of the day, because they're kick-ass. Happy birthday, Harry!